The bonus show is coming at you. Today's a little different. We're going to do a movie review bonus show because that's how we roll. We just evolve. We're just evolving
Yes.
on the Real MMA Bros. There's no stopping us. We're going to be movie
No.
critics. We're going to be therapists and counselors. We're going to be
Yes.
not doctors, but we're going to be sports analysts. Stephen A., I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, Stephen A.
What?
So,
What? Well, we can't be doctors. What about Dr. Drake
Dr. Dre.
and
Yeah,
these guys? We
doctor.
we we, we, we can be
Doctor.
the doctor
Oh,
of pies.
so we're gonna do a little movie review. We saw a movie. This is very interesting. Where it's actually a Suicide Squad, new Suicide Squad. It actually did horrible at the box office, like really, really, really bad. So we'll give a little review of Suicide Squad. We did watch some other movies too. While I was up, Tenet. Very interesting movie. But Tenet. What was the Boss
Old,
Level?
old, and
Old. We
boss
watched
level.
Old. We'll talk about Old. So let's start with Suicide Squad. What are your thoughts, Chris?
Okay, let me go. The reason why, okay, the box office numbers are kind of fudged nowadays because people are really not going to movies, and you can get it off streaming services.
Yeah, I mean, we watched it streaming. We didn't go to the movies,
Streaming
so
service. I got off of HBO Max. But here's what I thought about Suicide Squad. Okay, the original Suicide Squad, I liked. It was okay. This one was an upgrade. It was more violence, more graphic violence, had more humor, and I like the characters. Definitely more character development. What I thought about the movie, if I had to give it a grade, I'd give it maybe a B minus, B minus, B plus. And there was a couple of things I like. Starting with the glaring thing, you went from Deadshot Will Smith to Bloodsport Idris Elba, two phenomenal actors. The
is
reason
that an
why
upgrade?
the reason why Will Smith wasn't in this second one was it was a contract. It was conflicting with his scheduling and stuff. Now, is it an upgrade? Well, Idris Elba is a sex symbol. That's how I'll leave it at that.
I love me
People
some
love
Idris. Like, I think he's a
people.
dude.
People.
Oh, guess who's playing Knuckles in the new Sonic movie?
Oh,
Idris.
yeah.
Oh, I
What?
mean, yeah,
The
dude.
voice? The
He's the voice
voice?
of Knuckles in the new Knuckles. Isn't
Oh,
that
okay,
crazy?
okay. Yeah,
I think
Idris
that's
is in
fire.
everything. Idris in everything. Just to let you know, also a good show of Idris that people, Luther. People need to check it out. But I go on to something else. But okay, uh, with the Idris Elba Will Smith, is it an upgrade? I liked it because this character had shown more emotions and he showed leadership. Uh, Also, too, I love his suit. They were pretty much the same character. Both of them was assassins. What Deadshot was he? What he shot Batman?
Who shot Batman? Oh
Was
yeah, no, he's Superman.
Dead?
He did a
Oh,
kryptonite bullet.
no, Deadshot. Deadshot of
Oh,
Will Smith.
Deadshot. Yeah, Deadshot got shot Batman.
Okay,
Idris shot Superman though.
okay. Bloodshot shot Superman with a kryptonite bullet. So both of them similar characters, starting with black assassins, great hands-eye coordination. Same character. Yeah, so, but I like Idris. I felt more of Idris. I felt more out connected with Idris. Also, there was some great characters in the movie. They had the Peacemaker played by John Cena. He was he was arguably my favorite character. He has similar powers, similar abilities as Bloodshot. But Bloodsport was an assassin. Peacekeeper was a military guy that was doing everything he could, willing to go through any drastic measurements, whether it's killing kids or women for liberty. He did it. He had a stupid helmet on
Freedom.
that looked like a metal condom. But
Yeah, dude.
overall, the movie, I liked the movie. It was enjoyable. I watched it
So what's
twice.
your grade?
B minus, B
B
plus.
minus. So here we go. I'm gonna go into this. The movie sucked. It was not as good. So you know what? I'll take the suck. It wasn't that good. I went into it. I don't know where I heard this from. What was it? This was like supposed to be like whoa, like a new different superhero movie. Whoa, this is gonna be trippy. This is great. It's dude. It was like every other. It was like it's like you said. It was literally Suicide Squad. It was literally the first Suicide Squad. They just changed. It was even some of the same characters. They just changed some of the scenery, like some of the words, like some of the characters. It was basically a regurgitation of Suicide Squad. It was not the only thing that I give it. If I had to rate it, I'd give it a D. I'd give it a D plus. And the reason I give it a D plus, I give it the plus, is because the fight scenes were more gory and they were entertaining. The fight scenes, especially the last fight scene, that was pretty intense. That was pretty good fight scene. But other than that, dude, it had Pete Davidson in it. That's like that. Woo! Like he was like there for 10 seconds, and it had a child molesting weasel.
Weasel?
That. Oh, spoiler alert!
No, no, not molesting, murder.
Oh, murdering. There you go. Murdering.
Like
Murdering
that's
weasel.
any better.
So, and I don't know, and it's a weird, like, is it like it's of course fantasy, but then it talks about like this thing is a descendant of a god. Like, is it like based in reality? This is a world that we could live in? Is it super crazy? Like, there's gods walking around? Like, I don't know.
Okay.
It was all over the place in that fact. Idris did okay job. I think John Cena. I didn't even see him, dude. I didn't even like.
I didn't
Everyone
even
said
see him
John Cena
either.
was in the movie. I didn't even see him, bro. Like,
I couldn't see him.
I couldn't see him. So his time's now, though. Like, it's right
Yeah,
now.
it's right
So,
now.
but I don't. I give it a D plus, man. I would I ever watch it again? No. Like, would I recommend it to someone? Probably not. Like, if
Okay.
you're literally you have nothing to do, like literally nothing to do, and you have HBO Max, yeah, watch it. Take some popcorn, watch it, but don't go out to the movies to watch it. Like, don't.
Okay.
It, it it's
Uh,
it's it's subpar at best. So
all right.
it just passes. I give it the plus
Okay.
because I'm a nice guy. So
Okay. Let me unpack a couple things that you said about it.
unpack it, man. I'm
Let me unpack a couple things. Okay. You're talking about reality. It's a superhero movie. It's gonna be ridiculous. It's gonna be
I know.
crazy.
No. That's a great point, dude. But think about every other good superhero movie. Batman Begins, all the Batman movies. That was steeped in reality, dude. Batman wasn't having
Well,
lasers come out of his butthole. Like, it
well,
was still like a superhero movie. And same thing with the Superman movies. It was still
well.
based. He was literally having lasers
Okay.
come out of his eyes, but it was believable. It was like,
Okay.
okay, like,
Two things. Batman has to be reality. He has no powers. He's the one guy
no, he
that's
does, dude. He's white and a billionaire. He's as strong
that.
as you can ever be. Like,
That's a huge
That's
power.
Donald Trump superpowers.
Yeah, that's a huge power. Okay, two things with what you said also was now I don't know who you heard or talked to before
I
this
don't know
movie,
either, bro. It was my
but
mistake. It ruined me. It ruined the movie
but
for me.
yeah, I noticed when we was watching the movie at the beginning, the first few minutes, like you was expecting so much. I'm like, what are he going off of? You know,
Yeah.
I was so curious. I don't know. Now,
I don't.
he, now here's why it was different than other superhero movies. Now, I'll mention something you said was the gore and the ridiculousness of a lot of
I
these,
agree. I
a
agree.
lot of these, a lot of these other superhero movies that's going out. You don't see people face exploding. You don't see heads getting cut off. You don't see none of that, and you don't see a lot of curse words really. Because
There
still,
was one
because
too where literally oh, no, that was another movie. That was another. Never mind. That was another gory movie that we watched. We'll talk about that later. But
yeah, that's why it was different because it was so gory. Now, to me, when I watched it, like the only expectations I had of the movie was like the original Suicide Squad. Is it gonna be better or worse or whatever? That's my. I don't know about this revolutionary. I
well, I
don't.
guess the definition of happiness is expectations minus reality. My expectations were high, and then I got
Oh,
reality was low. So
extremely high,
it was too
extremely high.
high. Like, maybe I got to stop going into movies expecting them to be good. Like,
No, no,
so
no. You expect this one to be revolution.
I expect it to be different. Like, that was my big thing. Maybe even not good, but different. There was a few scenes where they did cool things where they like, they spelled out like the scene, or they spelled out what was going on, and that was kind of cool. And Smoke and Harley Quinn had a little. I don't. Hey, this is spoiler alert too. I should probably put that. We might say some things, but Harley Quinn had a little like love interest type thing that was added to the story a
Yeah,
little.
yeah.
I was thinking D plus.
To me, Harley Quinn was OP in the movie.
Yeah,
She could dodge bullets. Like she was the
yeah.
only person that didn't get shot. Also,
Literally.
she
Oh, by the
also
way, she's not super. She has zero superpowers too.
she just
So
she just super crazy. Also, there was a scene where she grabbed the dude by his neck and she did a pull up and pulled the dude up in the air.
yeah,
And she has no
she was hanging. There was a scene. She was hanging. She got him by the legs and pulled him up by her legs and hung him and broke his neck. That, first of all, dude. you're being tortured for how long, and you have the energy to do that? Like,
Yes, she was getting shot. Like I get her wrapping her legs around him and choking him, but she did a pull up and pulled him up to where his feet was off the ground.
literally, she pulled up with her things up. Like, yeah, she's really strong.
So
She's really strong.
she really strong. Now
Oh, and
here's
then she
one.
murdered how many people? Like 100 straight, like
What no damage,
with
no
no
damage
damage, just
to her.
running through
Now
wrecking house. Like,
now here's one thing I do. What I also liked about the movie too was it pulled a okie doke. It pulled a sleight of hand on people. When you watch the trailers, all of the characters from Pete Davidson character to all these other characters initially was all in the trailer. So you're like, I want to know what Pete Davidson do. I want to know what this guy can do. I want to know what this guy
you
can do.
find out what Pete Davidson did. Like,
Spoiler alert, you
yeah,
find out initially, and those characters are no longer in the movie.
yeah,
They're no
real
longer in the
quick.
movie.
Like,
Real quick. So, but I like how they set you up. There was a couple things that was kind of trippy about the movie, like this guy named the Thinker that had a bald head and had things come out of his head.
dude, what was that, dude? They didn't even have his backstory, dude. Like, it was
Yes,
like,
only backstory was he was overseeing the things that Starro did, but Starro did everything. But the problem I had with the Thinker was he never exhibited any type of smarts.
he didn't exhibit any powers. That what was his power, dude? Like,
Well, he had a stupid he had a stupid head with some things
yeah,
coming
that was
out.
he didn't. The least they could have done is have one scene where he like outthinks someone or outmaneuvers them or
Yes,
you
he
know.
just followed orders. Now, I guess that is weird. You got a white guy that follow orders, but hey,
That's
so here,
superpower.
yeah. Now here's the two things. Here's the two showstoppers to me was Peacekeeper played by John Cena and
Yeah.
King Shark played by Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, it's the best,
Uh,
easiest paycheck
his
ever by
voice,
Sylvester
his
Stallone.
voice. They so show there
I'm
was
a
a humor and that was
shark.
funny. The humor was fun. The humor was funny.
It was
It
a
was really good.
funny. It was okay.
Uh,
It made me
you
laugh a
know,
bit. But the point
it was
is,
colorful.
okay, this is where my D plus comes. Would I watch this again? No. Would I recommend this to someone to watch? No. Like that's my
Hmm.
two. That's why I give it the D plus. I'm like, okay, let's go into the next. Do you have anything to add on this one? Let's go into
Uh,
one that it's good now that I'm gonna rate. Like where we both agree. Like
okay. We can go into the
like
next movie.
let's go into Old. We watched Old. Great movie, dude. Great movie. M. Night Shyamalan. He comes back with a great twist at the end. Oh, I loved it, dude. I thought Old was a great movie. How much spoiler alerts should we do? Like, should we?
That's what I was thinking because we did good with Suicide Squad without putting out too many spoilers.
We didn't give
So
anything away. The movie sucks, so I mean, you can. It wasn't the best, but Old is good, and the twist at the end. I'm gonna say I didn't expect it. I didn't see that. Did you see that?
I did not.
I didn't see that. Like I was
I,
like,
I, I was wondering what that guy on the hill was doing.
they do a good job. Old does a good job. Again, I say it does a good job of doing the reverse. It puts you in this fantasy world where you're like, oh my god, like it has to be some sort of crazy explanation, some crazy fantasy that's not steeped in reality. But then it brings you back to reality, and then it's like, whoa, that's possible.
Yes,
Like that could really happen. Like so they
yes,
explain it
yes.
really well. But it was
Okay.
a great movie, dude. I give it a good solid B. I thought it was really interesting when the kids started to get older. They really played up the sexual aspect. The really like the girl bouncing around, her like boobs were like literally all out bouncing, and like she can cover up a little bit, but they played
Yes.
that pretty on.
Oh,
But the acting was phenomenal. The acting was phenomenal.
yes. Yes. Speaking of the sex part, in the trailer, it showed a baby, girl getting pregnant. We was wondering how did that happen when they was kids. But
Yeah,
they played up on it well. But I give all also I give all as far as his genre wise, I give all I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. They kept tossing stuff out there to keep you engaged and
yeah.
wondering what happened and wondering what happened or whatever. I definitely enjoyed the movie. I would give it a B plus.
I'd give
And
it a
see
B plus. You,
and
I would
see my
literally give it
grade
a B plus.
and see my grading goes to the type of movies. Like that's how my grading go for that type of movie. I give it a B plus, maybe A, and like
For
it's what
psychological thriller, it's a B. It's great. It's a great. It's
it's
not an A in the fact that it doesn't. Again, it's not like new. Like it's not like the twist is really good, but it's not like it's not gonna make you be like whoa. It's not like how a new movie I'd give an A. Joker. Like that was like new, and I'm not even saying good new. It was just new. It was like
Yeah.
the psychological aspect of it was just crazy, but this one was
Now,
legit.
now, now, the reason also too, uh, while like old was, like I said, they kept tossing stuff at you, and you want to know why. And it's one of those movies you need to, if you watch again, you will see stuff. You see
Yep.
more stuff because they toss
I'm
stuff at
excited
you.
to watch it again. Actually, this is another one.
Yeah,
I'm definitely gonna watch it again and see what I can pick up on that.
and also what O's greatest achievement was, and one thing that's very memorable was uh, they introduced us to one of the best rapper names ever, Mid-Size Sudan.
Mid-sized sedan.
Sudan. Mid-Size Sudan.
Mid-sized sedan. I mean, he did. I don't know. Again, I don't. The spoiler alert. I don't want to ruin things. He did have a blood illness, so I give him that, I guess. But he looked like he was in phenomenal shape. He looked ripped,
Yeah,
dude. He had like literally, again, spoiler alert, one of the weirdest deaths ever. Like he was like
yeah,
just a
yeah,
weak. Like I'm like, dude, you're a
yeah,
huge huge rapper who's like
yeah.
strong. Like, dude,
Mid-Size Sudan. So the movie, it was a twist in the end. It kept you engaged. They threw a lot of stuff at you that
dude,
for
I
you
want
to
to be
think
like
about.
Colby
For you to
Covington
think
so
about.
bad and ruin the twist. And be like, here
For,
you go,
for,
nerds. Like,
for,
but
they
it's
gave
so
you a lot
good.
of.
It's a good
It's
twist.
so good. Definitely highly recommend. They gave you a lot of stuff to think about, and it kept you engaged. And a lot of stuff made sense in the movie when you really, as the movie went on, and you realized what was happening. A lot of stuff made sense.
Yeah, so
What
it
stuff made
starts
sense.
off making no sense. Like you're like, whoa, dude, this is gonna make no sense. But then it slowly, like you said, like Chris says, it starts to make more sense as the movie goes. And then at the end, when they announce the twist, you're like, oh, that's why.
Yes, yes, yes. And so I highly recommend if you like psychological thrillers and with twists and hard
Yeah.
to predict. I highly recommend acting. The acting was at first a couple characters was a little struggling a little bit, but overall the movie was good. Yeah,
And
and
I also did. We speak about this. So me and Chris went to the movies to watch this. I think that added to it a lot too. I think this is definitely one of those go out to the movies and make this an experience movie because it's definitely worth it. It's
yeah,
worth it. So.
it's definitely worth it. So uh, I get B plus.
B plus, B plus. Next movie, and then with this, I think we have two more, but we'll talk about this. Is it Army of the Dead or
Yeah, Army of the Dead.
Army of the Dead? New Netflix movie starring Dave Bautista. Chris. So this
Amari
is.
Hardwick.
So I looked at Chris. Chris was like, I was like, I don't know. I said this randomly, but I was like, you know what? I like zombie movies. Chris looks at me with those sparkling brown eyes, and he said, "Oh, do I have a zombie movie for you, Otis?" And he winked at me, and I was like, "Why are you winking at me, bro? You're weird." And then he puts this on. Army of what was it? Army of the Dead. I keep saying it.
Yeah.
It's not Army of the Dead. Army of what was it called?
Let's see. Hold. It is. Give me 1 second.
So it's like it's the Army of the Darkness, Army of the Dead, Army of those. It's those type of movies with I forgot his name, but who's really big. He wasn't even in the movie, which was really weird. But this is a great. Like I said, I love zombie movies. I like this movie. I thought Dave Bautista did a great job. I thought again we talk about gore and murder scenes. They don't hold anything back. They're like I was gonna say there's a scene where literally they put a zombie in one of the things and crush him with the walls, and then pull the wall apart, and you just see his insides all like they go
It is.
gore on this one.
It is. It is Army of the Dead.
Army of the Dead. So it's I liked it. I liked it a lot. This is just a shoot 'em up, just an action. It's pretty much non-stop action. The beginning, the little intro, you really there's like naked zombie Las Vegas women. So long story short, Vegas gets overrun by zombies. It starts with like an army, a military thing where the one of the zombies gets loose, kills the army guys, turns them all into zombies, then goes into Vegas, turns Vegas all into zombies. They do a really quick prelude where literally it shows like everyone getting infected. Then the U.S. government has to come in. Then Dave Bautista and his all friends start killing everyone. They join a little. They have a little thing. Blah 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 blah. But then the movie is there's a rich guy who wants to go back into Vegas, who's it's swarmed by zombies, and get like 50 million. Chris, was it or 100 million? There's like a
It,
100 million.
I, okay. I think it was. I don't know. It
I think it was
was
100 because he was gonna give 50
no, it
to
was more than that. The
yeah,
goal off
it was a
was
lot. It was hundreds of millions of whatever
hundreds of $1 million.
under a casino that's like a lock, that's like super locked, like a crazy lock. And Dave Bautista makes his zombie team. You know, it's kind of like a heist zombie movie. So,
Yes, that's
son
exactly
of
what
a
it was.
bitch, I'm in. So,
That's
he
exactly what it was.
thing, and then craziness ensues. So, how do you feel, Chris?
Yes.
How do you like it?
Okay. I like the movie a lot. I like how they made sure they highlighted each character, and each character died at the right time. They also,
That was so great point. Each character dies at the right time. Like especially
and
there's one girl who you're like, whoa, like it like
and each character died to like each character stuck to their abilities and their strengths and their character, and they died that way. And I like how one thing I like how they had a hierarchy of zombies. You had how it worked was when he mentioned about this military thing, they had the alpha zombie that was in there. And how it works is the alpha zombie bites someone. Initially, that person is the alpha, but when more zombies bite each other and stuff, of course you get like the lower level, the non-thinking zombies or whatever. So they had the alpha zombies, which were thought more, which was more strategic and knew more and
I
had
like that.
strategy. It
Yep.
had strategy. So I like that because I don't want all zombies to be created equal and just walking around. I like some to think, and uh, it showed the mindset and strategy of that zombie, of the alpha zombies. I like how each character, great acting, great
Yeah.
ending.
Great
That
acting. For a zombie movie, the acting's really well.
and on top of that too, it has some potential tearjerker moments
And
throughout.
it
There was a
had a Juice from Sons of Anarchy, dude. He
yes,
plays a role in that movie. You're just like,
yes, he definitely
what?
plays a role. He plays a
Fantastic act.
role. Yeah, he played a role in the movie and a really good role. Also, too, also a lot of these stuff is a mirror to society too. What's going on now? Because
Good point. Good
uh,
point.
there's a mirror to society with few things like testing, like everyone's testing to make sure. Like there's a lot of key things along with that movie that was relevant to society now and a mirror to society. But the action was good. The acting was good. It was long. It's 2 hours and some change.
It
But
was long. It was a tad longer than what a zombie movie should. I listen. I'm a zombie movie connoisseur. Like I know my zombie movies. Like I've watched quite a bit. And this one is just action packed. It's fun. It's
yeah,
Dave Bautista does a great job. Like I give it a solid. I would have to if I had to rate it. I give it a B. Right in the middle. It's a B. It's better. Not a C. It's I recommend it. I recommend watching this zombie movie, especially if you want an action zombie movie. I mean, we have different zombies. Like you get the World War Z zombies. One of my favorite zombie movies of all time is 28 Days Later. Love that movie. Great movie. Just the way it feels, the artsy style. This is definitely not a artsy movie by any means, but it's action packed. Dave Bautista's the best. They literally the also the casting, fantastic casting. Just everything was really flowed very well. So
yeah, and that's okay. And that's on Netflix.
yes,
Uh,
Netflix.
Netflix. It's a Netflix original movie, so it's good. And all was in the movie theaters and
Yep.
Suicide Squad HBO Max. Just to go back and just let you know where to get those from.
Yep.
But yeah,
Good.
overall, I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was my second time watching it, which I definitely liked it. And like I said, there's a of course there's a family aspect of it. You get to see a family dynamic in there. You get to see all types of dynamics they threw at you. Overall, good movie. Good movie.
Yeah. Nice. I liked it. What'd you give it?
For on a zombie scale, there
Yeah.
was a lot of money put into it. I give it. That's a good question. That's a good question. That's a good question. Uh, that's a good question. Let's see. I don't know.
Would you give it an A?
No, I wouldn't give it an A.
Yeah. Give it a B.
So
I would say it's not a C. Like when I think of C, like middle. Like that's just you passed. It's fine. Like this was actually entertaining. Like this was a entertaining movie. I was engaged. It wasn't a Suicide Squad. Like even Suicide Squad, I wouldn't even give a C. Like it wasn't even a middle. It was a little less than the middle. So this is definitely above the middle. It's a B. I recommend. So You want to
All
do the
right.
last one? What was the last one? The boss
Well,
level?
we're going boss level and tenant. We go boss level.
Yeah, let's go boss. Let's go boss level first, and then we'll talk about Tenant. Like Tenant's like gonna be
Okay.
pretty short for me, but
Boss.
boss. First of all, I'm gonna
Ult-
start with this. Loved it. I loved it. Talk about new. This is a new idea that's really like it's like a Groundhog Day mixed with Duke Nukem mixed with freaking. It's just great, dude.
yes.
It had you engaged at the beginning. At the beginning, you're like, what's going on? Like, what's going on? And it just slowly adds. So long story short, there's a guy replays the same day every single day, almost like an action hero movie, where there's people trying to kill him every single day. It slowly explains why, but he just replays the same day every single day, where he has to murder people or kill people in action-packed sequences. He has a wife who's a scientist who's working on this um, top secret project. You know who my favorite actor in the movie was? Will
Who's that?
Sasso. Will Sasso killed it. Like he's so good, dude. Like I really liked him.
Hey, Will Sasso from Mad TV fame.
And Mel Gibson did so well. Like Mel Gibson plays a great bad character, evil character. Like
Yeah.
he
And
grips
just
evil character.
yeah, and just let you know, Will Sasso, if you don't know, he's from Mad TV fame. He was a fat white guy on Mad TV, the tall fat white guy.
Yeah.
So so he lost a lot of
And he's
weight.
funny
So
in the movie. It's not like well,
no,
there's
he
parts
was
of
funny. Yeah, the reason to me why Will Sasso was so funny because this guy is a goofball, but he was playing a serious role, and he has that Batman voice. Like,
yeah.
why was his voice so raspy? Why was he talking like that?
I
Did
don't
that
know,
make him
man.
seem more?
That was really weird. That was a really raspy voice for I don't know. Maybe he was trying to be Batman. I don't know.
Yeah. So okay. To caveat off what he was saying was okay. The lead character Frank Grillo, you know him from he plays in a lot of action movies. He played in The Purge. And he plays quite a few. He's an action guy. To me, I was like it was like Groundhog Day, Deja Vu mixed with all the other things you said. This guy, he lived the same day, and he was wondering why these trained assassins were trying to kill him. The whole his whole objective was why they were trying to kill him. He didn't know why they found him everywhere, why he was trying to kill him, and he was just trying to get past his certain time because he usually always died at a certain time. So throughout the movie, he gets more information. He figured out things, and he started living longer, and then he figured out the big plan. I figured out what's behind it. Uh, like you said, Mel Gibson was good. Will Sasso was good. Quentin Rampage Jackson, MMA
Quentin
guys, he was in the
Rampage
movie.
Jackson.
He,
I
he was
try. Like
he was in a movie with
he doesn't say any words. Oh, and Gronkowski boy. Gronk was in
yes,
the movie.
Gronk was in the movie. And the thing about Rampage, I didn't get it. I don't know if that guy was his twin, fraternal twin or whatever, but he was with this other guy that dressed alike with
It
shades.
was weird. It was weird,
It,
but
it was weird,
whatever.
but overall, it was a nice concept. It was a very interesting concept that I haven't seen before.
Yeah.
It was a very interesting concept. The action was good. It was really good. As a matter of fact, he lived through the same day again. I lived through that movie 3 times.
Did you die the previous 2 times?
Well, when it went off, I felt like a part of me left me. That's
Yeah,
why.
part of you died. So we'll go with the Chris McNeil way to rank. As far as action movies, live action movies, I give it a solid B. Solid B. I recommend it. Action packed. It's almost nonstop action. Like the fight scenes are kind of relatively gory too. Like they're like
Yes.
yeah, they're pretty
People,
gory. So,
listen.
but
When
it
someone's head gets chopped
twist
off,
at the end's pretty good.
yeah, when someone's head gets chopped off multiple times, that's gory. It ain't
Like
kind of.
I mean, he dies literally like every like run over, like everything. Everything is like fair game. So
He died like 200 plus times in the movie.
yeah, 200 plus times. I like the sword fight with what's her name? I am
I am
what
Ruhan or something.
Ruhan Ham. You just got killed by Ruhan Gan. Like so, it's
Yes.
pretty. It's a great movie.
Roll. So good movie.
Next, finally, last but not least, we got Tenet. How do you feel about this movie, Chris? I will
Well,
give you my uncensored view when you're
well,
done.
speaking of time travel and Tenet was a time travel movie similar to What's the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio in it?
Shutter Island? No. Oh, the time traveling Inception?
Yeah, Inception. Similar to Inception, this is like a time traveling aspect. It stars John David Washington, Denzel Washington's son.
Yeah.
Uh,
Who
and
sounds exactly like, they sound so similar. It's
yeah,
crazy.
if you close your eyes, you'll never know, but they look nothing alike.
No, they don't
Now,
look.
now, this is a movie that was hard to follow. I heard my mom told me about it. She says one of those movies you had to pay attention close attention to, which you have to. And I didn't have the. I didn't have.
You blink, you're gonna not know what's going on in this movie. So.
And I didn't have the attention span to pay that close attention to it. So I got lost a little bit. I'm gonna have to like focus down on it. But I got lost. I got lost in the movie. There was a lot of decent acting scenes. Acting was good, but it was hard to follow from.
Yeah, dude, I agree 100%. It's when I say it's hard to follow, we're pretty like intelligent, smart guys. I like to think, like relatively. It was you have to have a PhD to follow this movie, dude. It was like the concept of the time traveling and the way they explained it. Like they explain it at the beginning real quick with like a scientist, but they don't really explain it in depth. So you're like still trying to like learn why they're going back and forward in time, and the time aspect is just stupid. It's just straight up like there's no like reason because he's like a secret agent trying to like do secret agent shit and whatnot, and like there's this Russian guy, blah blah blah, all of this, but it's just so confusing. It doesn't like,
Yes.
and it doesn't clarify. There's some movies where like old like when you go through when if you're confused about something, it straight up clarifies it. It's like it makes sure the audience is like with you. This has no clarification in it. You have to like stop, rewind like 10 times like during the movie to get stuff. So
Yeah. Now,
and it's long.
I get the concept. It's a very interesting concept. It's a very unique concept. I get that. I just needed time to focus because I got lost.
Yeah. I think the concept, yes, like you said, it's an interesting concept, but the way they delivered, no. It was, and even the fight scenes were okay because you got the whole going back in time type thing, and there's like fighting with punches coming back, and okay, cool. But it wasn't like the fight scenes didn't make the movie. It didn't overcompensate. It didn't compensate for the fact that the movie was like almost unbearably hard to follow. So
it was. So
it was so long. It was like so long.
Yeah, we quit, and I think we still had an hour and a half left.
Yeah, and we were literally I don't even know how long we were in the movie. Like, so long story short, dude, Tenet. If you got like 3 to 4 hours and you have your PhD and you're ready to really think about the intricacies of time travel or time uh, string theory and stuff like that, yeah, watch it. But other than that, if that's not your situation, I wouldn't recommend it at all. Like I give it a solid F. Like a good F.
a solid
F. Like that's like I'm pretty sure when I say F. Denzel Washington's son, like you'd be like, ooh, it's Denzel Washington's son, and it has Edward from freaking Twilight. Like this is gonna be interesting. Nah, dude, it wasn't worth the free price of admission that I paid. So
and two, this movie was one of the now I know you mentioned about Suicide Squad. This movie Tenet was one of the most hyped movies before COVID.
Yes, it was super hyped.
Tenet everywhere. So here's the thing: I can't give it a grade yet because I got lost and I still had an hour and a half left. Here's what I'm gonna do. Next time I talk to you guys, I'm gonna watch the movie Tenet. I'm gonna pay attention. I'm gonna give you a good grade. So far, it's incomplete. I can't give it a grade because a lot of stuff was going on.
Chris is a professional, everyone. If you guys watch any of the podcasts, you know I'm not a professional. So and I go off the seat of my pants. So I give it an F. And I'll watch it again and I'll give it an F if I watch it again. So, and I'm very stubborn. So it's an F. Denzel Washington's son, you should be ashamed of yourself. Edward, you should be ashamed. Go fly away. Maybe go sparkle off somewhere. Like the movie is atrocious. It was really bad. Don't watch it. That's me being nice.
That's my take on the movie.
Yeah, good. Well, that's nice. Next time, maybe. I mean, I don't think. Let's say you do follow it. Let's say you do like you start to understand what's going on. It's still not that good. Like I don't think it's like the conversations are really dry. The acting's not even that good. You guys get Denzel. Look, I can do it. Look. What? You have $20 million in stolen artwork? Oh, okay. Like, what? Dude, that was a movie. I was like, that was a preview. Like, it's just and his facial, like he's like, but he does it in Denzel Washington voice, so he's like, oh, so that's what we have to do. Wait, time? Time is relative? Like, okay.
Oh, okay. I like your Denzel voice, you know.
Like, oh, dude, I have the worst Denzel voice. Time is relative. I'm King Kong, motherfucker. King Kong ain't got nothing on me, motherfucker.
Hey, you know, is that the white Denzel Washington?
That's Dave Chappelle's white playing Denzel.
No. Okay. So I will finish watching the movie and give you a grade on that. I'll finish.
Okay.
It's just too freaking long. Now, off the topic, since we done movies, and I just want to go over this topic real quick. Let's talk about how idiotic Dennis Schroder is for the Lakers.
Woo! Oh God, dude,
Are you aware?
Time for this. This might be.
Are you aware?
Show right here.
Are you aware of
Schroder? Yes, I'm aware of Schroder. I think Schroder. I don't know. I always say like know what you're worth. Like definitely know what you're worth and like push it. Schroder doesn't know what he's worth. He thinks he's worth more than he actually is. Like, and I say that. And Schroder's. I thought the Lakers pickup of Schroder was a fantastic pickup. Like it was phenomenal. But he didn't perform. He just didn't. Like, what can you say? Like the thing is NBA, we as humans, it's what have you done for me lately? Like we don't think back like years, like to like all that.
Yeah.
Like we're really like instant gratification. What have you done?
Yeah.
Schroeder didn't do shit last year. Like he didn't didn't do anything. No. So what does he expect? Like what is he like?
Okay. Let me go over Schroeder's backstory real quick. Okay, Schroeder this offseason, Schroeder was won $100 million contract. Okay, the Lakers offered him like a 5-year, $84 million.
Take it.
He didn't want it. He didn't want it. But so they offered that because he felt he was $100 million. The Lakers didn't have $100 million deal, but he wanted it. He demanded. Okay, after yesterday, Dennis Schroeder signed with the Boston Celtics for 1 year, $5.9 million. Think about it. He won $100 million. Lakers offered him $5 million, a 5-year, $84. The masses and the rest of the NBA didn't offer anything close to that. So he ended up signing 1 year, $5.9 million.
During our bonus show, a lot of the signings were like rewards. We're like, hey, you did great last year. You've done great for us. Here you go. Here's your reward. That's what I call the opposite. That's like Dennis Schroeder being like you didn't do really well last year. Like this is what you get. Like take what you get now. Like so.
And because can you hear me?
Yeah.
And because he thought that he was